Please subscribe before watching the movie. Welcome back to Movies Recapped. On the screen, 1 Peter 5, verse 8, is displayed. An unidentified man tells a tale from his boyhood in which his mother explains the reasons why the devil roams the earth. A man commits suicide by leaping to his death from a building and writing a note about the devil's impending arrival. 5 individuals are in the elevator when it becomes stuck. Shortly after, a young woman, an elderly woman, a mechanic, former military, a temporary security guard, and a mattress salesman. While trying to fix the elevator, a repairman fails miserably and almost dies. The lights in the elevator frequently flicker and occasionally go out altogether during a break. Ramirez, one of the security officers viewing through the video camera, thinks he sees the devil's visage on the monitor, but his buddy Lustig is skeptical. The group starts to question the mattress salesperson. At the same moment, the young woman feels something on her back. The young lady has a bite mark on her back when the lights come back on, and the salesperson has blood on his hands. The scene is visited by Detective Bowden, who was looking into the earlier suicide. Once more the lights go out and the mirrors in the elevator crack. The incident escalates into a crime scene inquiry when the lights come back on and the mattress salesman is found dead after having a broken mirror shard punctured his jugular vein. Security officers, a repairman, and the fire department try unsuccessfully to enter from the outside. The security officers who are watching through the camera start to suspect one another while speaking to them one way through the speaker because they cannot hear the passengers. As the group debates, the repairman's repelling apparatus malfunctions, causing him to plummet to his death on top of the elevator and frightening the passengers. Ramirez makes an attempt to persuade the detectives that this could be the devil's gathering, but fails. Unknown woman tries to enter the building unsuccessfully and goes around to the back. 3's the sign and sheet and elevator camera are used by Bowden and his accomplice to identify the group. Ben Larson is the interim guard, and he has a history of abuse and beating victims into comas. Vince McCormick, the mattress salesman, is known for defrauding numerous people of their valuables through a Ponzi scam. Sarah Caraway is the young woman. She is married to a wealthy man and intends to leave him after robbing him of his money as she has done in the past. Jane Kowski, an elderly woman, was seen on a security camera snatching a woman's wallet, and she has been recognized. Due to his failure to sign in, the mechanic and former soldier cannot be identified, making him the prime suspect. The police discovered the mechanic had entered the structure with a bag he no longer has. After reviewing security footage, they become more suspicious of him when they discover the tool bag hidden in the restroom. In the lobby, the elevator's lights abruptly flicker and shut off a 4th time. The elderly woman may be seen dangling from the ceiling by a light cord. When they are turned back on, Ramirez shows Bowden the devil's visage he previously saw, but Bowden is skeptical. Afterwards, Bowden talks about the deaths of his wife and kid, who were murdered in a hit-and-run accident 5 years earlier and for whom the driver left. "I'm so sorry." Later at the scene, Ben and the soldier fight as the detectives are looking into the soldier because they each think the other is the murderer. Ben strikes the soldier when Sarah orders him to do so, before he murders the others. When Bowden returns to the control panel, he instructs the passengers to place their hands on the wall to defuse the situation. Bowden, who has run out of options, asks Ramirez how to save them if the devil is actually present. They all pass away. Ramirez replies to turn off the electricity where the firefighters are drilling into the wall in the basement. Lustig enters the room. Once he tries to move a shorted wire that he sees on the floor, the investigators try to get in touch with Sarah's husband and speak with the lawyer the young woman was meant to meet with. Lustig makes a spectacle by falling into the lobby and collapsing in the middle of the audience. After being terribly shocked, Bowden requests the ambulances. Sarah pulls her hands away from the wall of the elevator, but the soldier urges her to put them back. Bowden learns that Sarah stole all of her husband's money and that he might be aware of it. They believe the husband hired Ben to kill Sarah and that he killed the others to cover it up. After learning that, the husband controls the security firm for the building, Ben's neck is broken. At the end of the 4th blackout, though, the soldier and Sarah engage in mutual suspicion, equip themselves with mirror shards. But Bowden defuses the conflict by sharing his story of beating alcoholism. After his family's passing, Sarah's throat is cut. As the lights go out once more, the soldier makes an effort to stop the bleeding. The previous unidentified woman is taken into the control room. The soldier is her fiancé. She informs them he actually came for a job interview, so he hid his equipment because he didn't want to bring them. He has asked for her to pick him up after the interview. Tony Yanikowski is the man's name. The detectives discovered that he had signed in and that Jane Kowski, the old woman they believed to be, was not who she claimed to be. The elderly woman is a manifestation of the devil. Tony makes an attempt to exchange his life for Sarah, but the devil forbids it. Tony reaches for the radio and admits that he ran away from a terrible collision 5 years ago. Bowden understands that Tony is to blame for the death of his family. The devil causes the elevator to drop several stories before becoming helpless in the face of Tony's penitence. The old woman is no longer there when the firefighters are finally able to enter. While Tony is being taken into custody, Bowden decides to tell Tony that his family was involved in the accident. As the bodies of Sarah, Ben and Vince are being wheeled away, to his own astonishment, he decides to pardon Tony. Thanks for watching. Show us some love by hitting the subscribe button and turning on the notification.